up, YouTube? It's your boy JB, aka the King of Soul, and today we got some Jordan 1s to look at. Air Jordan Retro High OG in the Bred Toe colorway. Before we get into the review, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below. Also, if you do like the content, do me a favor, hit that like button and share. This particular shoe is arguably one of the best Air Jordan 1 colorways of all time, and also, in some cases, it is in a lot of people's top 5 Air Jordan 1s releases of all time, and I would have to agree. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the shoe. So, you are met with your regular, Air Jordan 1 box, all black with the red Nike logo. Now, the color on the shoe does read gem red, black, and summit white. This shoe did retail for $160. And right now on StockX Go, in the retail market period, this shoe is actually going for about $800 in my actual size. When this shoe was released, I was able to pick this up at one of my, local retail stores. I did get selected in, one of the raffles. Pretty dope shoe. The colorway, the color blocking on this shoe, I've always, used this as a reference, when we talked about the shadow backboards and the pine greens. When Jordan Brand, do releases on this shoe, like I said, they're gonna win every time. But this actual shoe was created to be a mashup of the Air Jordan 1 Black Toe and then the Bred Jordan 1. I've always felt like, this is always a good shoe, and in most cases, like, people do compare it to the Black Toe Air Jordan 1. The only thing that was different was just like, this hit of red here on the toe box. Not a big, change or, addition to the shoe at all, but for some reason when they added that red to that toe box area, people just, tended to, go crazy. Anytime Air, Jordan do releases and, that Chicago Bulls colorway, it's always going to be a immediate sellout, whether if it's the Air Jordan 1s, Jordan 3s, even like, the Flu Game 12s, the Bred 11s, they're going to win every time they do that black, red, and white. But first, let's go ahead and look at the red shoe, or the right shoe, excuse me. So, just your pretty much overall build as any other Air Jordan 1. So along the ankle collar here, you do have a black, leather. Going along the panels here of the shoe, you do have that leather that is dyed in red. Air Jordan Wings logo on the top, and you do have that black Nike swoosh. Going toward the mid panel here, you do have, that summit white that they did, put on the box. Now, the leather on here is pretty decent. Not like the shattered backboard or anything like that, but people do like the way it tumbles, and it is pretty soft. It is a pretty decent leather. When you do get around here going towards like the toe box here, like this black leather here, I've always felt like, it was a little dull. Considering the type of shoe or release that it was, I feel like the leather could have been a little bit more like premium, but at the end of the day, it did get the job done. So going to the front of the shoe, again, this little hit of red here, that's the only difference that I pretty much see comparing like, this to, that Black Toe Air Jordan 1. But it was a good addition, like I said, but it does tumble. It is pretty soft here going towards the toe box. On the medial side of the shoe, you pretty much have the same build on the other side. You got the red dyed leather, the black Nike swoosh, and then the white going here on the mid panel. The shoes did come unlaced. You do have the black laces, and then on the other shoe, there is another red, laces that you can use to swap. But on your tongue of the shoe, you do have your black tag with the Nike Air in red, and that's your right shoe. Now going to take a look over at the left shoe. Again, consistent with, the build out of the other shoe. You got your red along the panels that's dyed. thick cut leather on this shoe. I didn't mention that on the other one, but this is another one of those Air Jordans where they did have like those thick cut leather. It is pretty soft. The inside of the shoe is all black. Now I'm not going to pull it out, but going on you know, the insole there is all black, and it does have like, you know, Nike Air at the bottom. As mentioned, you do have the red laces that you can swap here, black laces. Going over to the medial side of the shoe, you got the, you know, red along the panels, black Nike swoosh. So again, pretty much the same as what you would expect from any other Air Jordan 1. In my opinion, I would go as far as say like this is one of the top Air Jordan 1s of all time. I just felt like, you know, it was a good, you know, color blocking, and I did enjoy like, you know, that red, white, and, you know, black Chicago Bulls color. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's always going to rank in, you know, a lot of people top 5 Jordans of all time. Pretty decent shoe, but yeah, man, like for the most part, I feel like I pretty much like said everything. This was a pretty solid release, but if you guys do have any questions or any other comments, go ahead, feel free to, you know, drop that down below. As always, I like to mention my social media channels, so I am on, you know, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, everything is at the King of Soul. So let me give you a 360 of the shoe before we get up out of here. So there's your front of the shoe. There's your right shoe on the lateral side. Lateral side of the left shoe as well. There's your bottom. There's the back of the shoe, and it does have that hourglass that we do like. Then there's the medial side of the shoe. But that's pretty much it. But I do appreciate y'all taking the time to, you know, check out the content. But again, if you guys do have any questions, always feel free to reach out to me. I am approachable. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into that B-roll and on foot. See you later.